Bwoeukwanda, the minister of Bwoeukwanda. Mr. Slay, the young and fresh Santa Claus. Two daddies of opposite islands come to collide during the month of Christmas. Which side will out daddy the other? Why did you start off the video with this? Because it's thematically fitting. He's the overnight and I'm shotgun. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Leeland, the main land of chaos and bizarre stories. From androids to demonic belts to multiverse invaders, this country has known the fair share of trouble. But every story starts somewhere. And for the mortals of this realm, that start was Bwoeukwanda. This island is small, but rich with culture and history. Such as the Tree of Life, where the mortals came to be. Oh, what about the Bwoeukwanda, the Deus Ex Machina of fruits? Or the PT.5, the great ape which stands at 210 centimeters. All of this is great, which is why this man has always something to talk about. The minister and chief of Bwoeukwanda, Bwoeukwanda. Big emphasis on the chief part, because he's pretty much Bwoekwanda's leader. Step aside, Roman Reigns, the true tribal chief is here. And one hell of a tribal chief he is. Even after the Tree of Life stopped producing life, Bwoeukwanda preserved it all the same. He respects the rich history of not just Bwoeukwanda, but the world as a whole. That is because he was present for most of it. That's right. Normally, the ancient warrior who gets stories written of them has long since passed. But nah, he is that ancient warrior. One of the first few mortals that were birthed from the tree. Bwoeukwanda basically spawned in with knowledge of combat. As is accustomed to stern households, Bwoeukwanda uses belts to fight. These belts aren't just any old belt. Nah. These bad boys are made of biggie skin. Skin that has such a bite to them, it physically attacks you when you eat it. This means that one hit from his belt causes a burning sensation on your skin that keeps on hitting you. That is badass as hell. Are you saying he just spawned in with that? Badass! It doesn't end there. If push comes to shove, Bwoeukwanda takes it a step further and equips this tree whooping style. A belt in his mouth, a clothing hanger in his right, and a slipper in his left. Fully equipped, his whooping powers grow tenfold. All his weapons are made with the same skin, so by using everything all at once, it will become an ass whooping of the highest degree. This is how he gave his son internal damages. What? He did that to his son? Well, no, not really. He doesn't have kids. The villagers just call him father a lot. I don't know if that makes it any better. Even so, I understand. This man is seriously skilled, as he knows pretty much all the ins and outs of Bwoeukwanda as an island. This is also how he learned about energy manipulation. This is how he can buff his strength to even crazier heights and perform inhuman feats. Remember that 80-year-old son from earlier? Yeah, he flung that boy up in the air and smacked him down with enough force to create this big smoke screen. God damn! How that boy ain't dead? A valid question. If you compare the smoke screen to the fence and the height from where the sun got hit, we have deduced that Bwoeukwanda hit that sun with 350,000 joules of energy. That man packs a punch. But he was also durable enough to survive the weird beta poison from the biggie skin, while it was inside of his stomach. Again, badass. Bwoeukwanda has taught almost every civilian in Bwoeukwanda how to fight with energy manipulation. Such as this man right here, who managed to keep up with Snack's samurai. The same Snack samurai who heard plastic from a snack getting opened in Bwoeukwanda, while he himself was in Leeland. And proceeded to run over water and make it to his home in mere seconds. We do not know the exact distance between Leeland and Bwoeukwanda, but judging from the world map, it might be comparable to the distance between Greenland and Iceland. Judging from the time it took him to approach the person with the snack, and the distance we are using. Snack Samurai would have to run 572,000 kilometers per hour. That's 1.3 times faster than a lightning bolt. Damn! So his speed is, well, incredibly fast. Crazy. Despite how the man lost at the end, he still kept up for a bit. Bwoeukwanda is definitely above his power level, so him being comparable to that kind of speed doesn't sound so ridiculous. Man, what an incredible warrior. Incredible? Yes. Unbeatable? No. He survived the biggie's strange poison, but also got knocked out by it. This also immediately proves he is not immune to his own weapons. Plus, he tends to get fed up pretty easily. He planned out a good plan, but will also quickly abandon it when it takes too long. Sometimes that even causes him to get hurt in the end, which he somehow still ends up surviving. It'd be best for anyone to stay out of Bwoeukwada's way and don't piss him off. Otherwise you'll be buried on his land.
But first, before we begin, we need to get the meat of him.
Yeah, it's the week of Christmas. Tovenaar, which means that Santa is coming to town. Shotgun, do you really believe in him? What? How could I not? That big white beard, that lovable smile, that round belly. What isn't to love about jolly old Santa? That's the thing though. Santa won't be coming anytime soon. Because his whip got stolen by Mr. Slay in 2023. Wait, what? How could he let that happen? He's Santa, he's like all powerful, right? Well, so is Mr. Slay. He lured Santa into his own home on Christmas Eve and assassinated him. Whoa. Did he kill Santa? Worse, he gave him his milk. Oh no. If I was Santa in that moment, I would have quit too. It's disgusting, but there was more at play. Mr. Slay possesses the abilities of King Crimson, a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This allows him to erase time up to 10 seconds and skip forward. Everything that would have happened in that time frame still does, which means the world around him also skips forward. In simpler terms, it's like fast forwarding a YouTube video on phone. This also means Mr. Slay has the ability to glance at the upcoming 10 seconds before they happen, giving him the ultimate combination. But his bag goes deeper than that. He infiltrated the JayJanLee house. That entire house is on lock, heavily guarded too, but he just appeared. Does this mean Mr. Slay possesses some form of magic too? Potentially. It might have come with the Slay he stole, because he gained these abilities as soon as he got it. Facing two walls is definitely a neat combination with the King Crimson ability, but it doesn't stop there. He has jumped down from his sleigh and landed inside someone's house without any lasting damages. He seems like a mostly normal guy. So this is him presumably using the same type of magic Santa wields to protect him from damage. So by knowing the sleigh was above the clouds and the pool of gravity, that magic barrier had to endure 283,500 joules of energy. Impressive. But not nearly as impressive as that same magic being used to fit a full body of an elf inside a plastic bag. Why did he do that? It was impressive for Jama. Oh. Okay, makes sense. But this is seriously incredible. This man is a promising magic user. As a wizard myself, I have to respect it. Mr. Slay is also very strategic. One-upping Santa with that fake milk plan, which gave him the opening to steal Santa's sleigh in the first place. It has to be expected. Because of his future sight, he's allowed to take many things into account and prepare the best road for him to take. That alongside his King Crimson ability makes him a deadly version of Santa. But while he is definitely crazy, he is no goddamn Santa. He might be potent with magic, but none of the magic he has shown are all that impressive. Plus the fact he gains that from the sleigh, if the sleigh gets taken from him, that's it, no more magic. Except the King Crimson ability of course. It bears a lot of same rules as the actual stand, which means he cannot interact with anything while in the middle of the ability. He'd have to get out of the ability to do anything. But Mr. Slay is aware of all of these weaknesses, which is what makes him scary. So better not let him read your future, otherwise you won't be spending any more Christmas days.
Yeah, have a nice one. Happy New Year. And be you.
Alright, the competitors are set. Let's end this debate once and for all. It is time for a dead battle!
Yo! You look like a native, huh? I know. I can just tell. Santa. Almost. Mr. Slay, at your service.
Listen, I do not care which one you are, okay? Whether you are Santa, whether you are the Mr. Slay, Mrs. Slay, I do not give a shit.
No,
okay?
No, okay. Listen, jokes aside, comedy aside, you look like a native, like I said before. So I want to know if you possibly know where the Brennis is. I got some kid over in Leeland asking for that shit. Like, I see, okay. Okay.
Come on, Ned. If you think you can get the brightest for me, you are mistaken, Mrs. Slay.
I really don't want to, destroy, completely pulverize a native. So if we could just...
annoying little shit.
Almost, little fella.
Stupid little impersonator.
Faster. You almost got me with that one. Nah, I'm the guy that rules Christmas at the moment. Your fate has been sealed.
Got your ass now. Way too fly, Mrs. Slay.
Hey yo! Holy smokes! That man got whooped the next week! This matchup gave us only one real question that needed answering. But that question was no small feat. If we only look at the raw stats, there's no comparison. Bible takes everything. Strong enough to fling humans around like ragdolls. 1.3 times faster than lightning when compared to Snake Samurai, and durable enough to survive his own punchy poison from within his stomach. Compare that to the fact we have never even seen Mr. Slay throw a punch before, and this looks like a stomp. Which is where Mr. Slay's abilities come in, which more than made up for his weaknesses. His time erasure caught Santa off guard, the same Santa that can bring presents to children all over the world in one night. Sure, magic is involved, but those are still extremely fast movements. Movements that absolutely dwarf Bwoekwand's speed feat. This entails it would be hard for Bwoekwanda to speed blitz Mr. Slay before he can activate his Skit Crimson ability, since its startup is 0.6% the speed of light. He'd have to wait for Mr. Slay to leave the ability first. That, alongside the fact Mr. Slay has a 10 seconds future sight, this battle basically got narrowed down to who can get a good grasp on their opponent's tactics the fastest. Mr. Slay is a good strategist, able to outsmart Santa and perfectly use his Skit Crimson ability. That alongside all the magic abilities he has shown, he would definitely be able to land a killing blow. This all seemed set, until Tovana over here found something interesting. Take it away. Thanks. We found the SPFB tournament. Despite him not competing himself, he has been keeping that tournament steady and consistent from the sidelines. That's right. Despite the mystery opponent disrupting footage and Anime Power hospitalizing all his opponents, Bwoekwanda managed to keep the tournament consistent. That is because he can come up with solutions on the fly. Something Mr. Slay cannot. Mr. Slay is great at planning in advance, but when stuff happens he isn't prepared for, Mr. Slay tends to start stumbling. Bwoekwanda already has the experience on lock, as he was basically born with a warrior's mentality. He would definitely be able to pick up onto Mr. Slay's ability before Mr. Slay can do anything noteworthy. Not to mention King Crimson isn't exactly a sneaky ability. Time skips forward after it has been used. Someone like Bwoekwanda can easily pick up on this after a few times. But couldn't Mr. Slay just kill him before he starts seeing the patterns? That is a possibility, but that is also not something Mr. Slay would do. He carefully plans out his tactics. He doesn't jump in until his future sight shows him something positive. That's how Mr. Slay would unknowingly show his patterns to Bwoekwanda, which would allow him to start counterattacking. Skit Crimson's startup ability is incredibly fast, but it heavily relies on Mr. Slay being on top of his game. If Bwoekwanda began to pick up on his patterns, this would most likely start falling into Bwoekwand's corner. But Tovana, what about the future sight? That would surely mean Bwoekwanda would never be able to surprise Mr. Slay. Actually, that isn't the case. That future sight only shows the 10 seconds that are approaching, so even if he reads a counterattack in advance, the seconds that pass after that can still surprise him. Not to mention it isn't a vision inside his head, but an actual showcase on his head. He'd have to actually look at the future vision to grasp the situation, instead of just receiving it. Due to Bwoekwand's superior stats, Mr. Slade would quickly run out of juice altogether, and it would only take one strike for Bible to absolutely destroy his magic barrier. It's definitely not an easy match, but with Bible's superior stats and a warrior-like approach in battles, it wouldn't take long for Bible to start noticing Mr. Slade's patterns and slowly work towards that one decisive hit. Mr. Slade received a present of his own. It was a can of whoop-ass, straight from Bible. The winner is Bible Bonsep.
Next time on that battle.
A rival, a follower, a friend.
Stop the clock, you stay there with the thesis lock. Enter rewind time, fix the mistake, undo the crime. Time it, watch your moves, see through the lights, I'm a dark blues clues. Make it all move quick, time to slip up and make it sick. Time.